Number 18, solve the polynomial equation by finding all real roots. And so the first thing I realized is that this can be written in the form of a square, kind of like a quadratic form, I mean. So if we rewrite the x to the fourth as x squared, and then also the second term is x. So we can see that this kind of like follows the rules of a quadratic function. So we can actually factor this into two parentheses, except they'll have x squared times x squared, because that is how you're going to get x to the fourth. Now from the end sign, we're going to know that the signs are going to be different. So we're going to have a plus and a minus. And we're going to try to get two numbers that multiply to get 16, and then the difference is 15. So that should be 16 and 1. And so we want a positive 15. We're going to have the 16 being positive, because 16 minus 1 gives us 15. And that's how we can factor this. The next thing we're going to need to realize is that the second factor here is a difference of square. So we can actually turn that into a difference of square factor, which is x plus 1 and x minus 1. And all we need to do is bring down the first factor. Now that we have the complete factor of this entire polynomial, we're going to try to solve the problem. So the first factor is going to give us x squared plus 16 equal to 0. We're going to solve it by subtracting 16 to both sides. So we have x squared equals negative 16. Next, we're going to take a square root of both sides so that we can get rid of the square. And we can rewrite negative 16 as 16 times negative 1 with the square root inside. So we should also add a plus or minus, because when we take square root, we have two answers. So that would be 4, and then square root of negative 1 will be I. And from the next two, we know that we have the opposites, which is negative 1 and then 1. And then add the two factors that we found earlier. So this is the complete set of zeros for this polynomial function.